One of the first things you'll want to do in the newest ChatGPT is to compare the plans based on whether you want to upgrade to a paid plan either temporarily or permanently to compare it with what you are already using inside of ChatGPT. What you'll notice is that there are a number of elements available inside of the free plan that are inside of the paid plan. For example, you do have limited access to some of the later models. You do have access to data analysis, file uploads, web browsing, and image generation. You can also use custom GPTs if you choose to use the free plan. The pay plan will give you access to advanced voice mode. It will also allow you to create and use custom GPTs. Importantly, in this area, you will have access to some of the newer features such as GPT search until it is made available to all users even on the free plan. And so you can use this information to determine when you are ready to upgrade to a paid plan, and there are no penalties for starting a paid plan 1 month and canceling the next month until you need it again. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. One of the first substantive elements that you will see in ChatGPT, if you go to your settings area and you click on the settings, you're going to notice that there is an element here for personalization. And what you're going to be able to toggle on and off is the ChatGPT memory. The OpenAI help screen says that the memory is designed for ChatGPT to collect information when you were using the chatbot in order to help all of your queries to be more successful in the future. You can turn this feature on and off here in the memory area. You can also manage the memory. So if you click on the Manage button, you can determine what ChatGPT is going to remember and what it will not remember, or if it stores a memory, you can take that memory out of ChatGPT. You can also, at any point in time, clear the memories of ChatGPT if you are collecting them. For example, if there is a memory that you don't like, you can go to that memory and you can then click on the trash icon to forget this part and to delete it from your memory element, or you can choose to leave it as part of your memories. ChatGPT does say that it will tell you when your memory storage is going to be near full, or you can click on the Manage button and you can determine how you want to manage the memories that ChatGPT has. So you can use the memory setting in order to manage how ChatGPT interacts with your prompts and your queries. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. If you go back to ChatGPT and you go to the settings area and you go to personalization, what you'll notice is that there is another element here called custom instructions, which you can toggle on and off. If you click on the toggle on and off button, you're going to see the customize ChatGPT area. And one of the changes with the customization button is that these customizations will no longer appear if you go back in time to look at a previous conversation. After the recording of this video, the last instructions for the ChatGPT custom instructions may be slightly outdated as they are stating as of 9 months ago. That means that going back in time to find previous custom instructions that you may have set for specific conversations may be difficult, and it's likely that what has taken its place is that your memory is going to be updated for specifics about how you want to interact with ChatGPT, and that your memory will apply to your entire account. When you add in custom instructions, it's good to assume that this will apply to your current conversation, and that when you toggle it off, it will no longer be an application, and that you won't be able to go back in time to see those custom instructions in previous ChatGPT conversations. In previous iterations of ChatGPT, you would be able to go back to the top of your conversation to find the custom instructions that apply to that conversation. If you intend to go back and work inside of that conversation, you'll be applying new custom instructions to the input here in this area. Okay, so that thanks, and I will see you in another video. At the bottom of every ChatGPT conversation, you're going to notice that there is a narration area where you can get ChatGPT to read aloud what it is that you have generated. And so if your learning style is more auditory, you can control how ChatGPT delivers the information that it generates for you. You do have control over the voice that reads to you. If you go inside of your settings area, you can then change the voice here in this area and you can test the voice. So if you want to change the voice, You can play it to determine if it's one that you want to hear.
Hi, glad to meet you. I think we're gonna.
Hey, I'm ready to hit the ground running.
Hey there. I've got a really great feeling about us teaming up.
And so you can control how the AI will sound when it reads the information that it has given you. And if you click this element, you will get the AI to read aloud.
ChatGPT, developed by OpenAI, has rapidly evolved since its initial release, with significant advancements shaping its future trajectory. Multimodal capabilities. In May 2024, OpenAI introduced GPT.
So you can get ChatGPT to read aloud and you can take in the information using auditory. That's important to note that when you have this audio being read to you, that ChatGPT read aloud audio is a feature designed for non-commercial use only and that this is stated in the terms. So this is not something that you want to use in order to record to use in your commercial projects. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Depending on which version of ChatGPT that you have, you will see in some of your searches that there will be a sources element. You will also see sources in some paragraphs where ChatGPT picked up the information in order to deliver to you. This is the use of part of its search feature. And in some cases, you may find that ChatGPT will utilize search in order to keep you from hallucinations, even if search is not toggled on for that conversation. When you are starting a new conversation, you can toggle on the search element. And again, this is a new feature, typically inside of the paid account, depending on when you're seeing this. However, it could quite be possible that you could be seeing this as part of the free plan, depending on when you're watching. You can turn on the search element by clicking Search the Web. When you click Search the Web, you can use ChatGPT as you would any other search engine. You will notice that when you are using ChatGPT as a search engine, that you don't have available to you the ability to upload files as part of your search. If we turn off search for this particular query, we then have access to be able to attach a file to upload as part of our query. Going back to the search engine, we can turn it on and we can then use ChatGPT as a search engine. And once you write in your query, you can then click enter. And what you will see is that when ChatGPT delivers the results to you, it will deliver sites in order to answer your query. If you click on this sources element at the bottom of your search, you'll typically see on the right side panel an element that says citations. You will then have those citations available directly to you. You will also see, if you scroll down under the citations, search results. So the citations will typically refer to the elements that you see on your main screen, and the search results are available here in the right side panel. Links are clickable outside of ChatGPT by clicking on the link designations. And you will then have access to the information in your browser. And it's possible that you may want to go back in time to determine how you have searched and what you have searched for. And there are two ways to do it inside of ChatGPT. And we will look at that in the next video. Okay, so for that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Welcome back. One of the newer features of ChatGPT that could be underrated is the ability to search your conversation. If you unhide your sidebar, you will then see the magnifying glass for the search. And to search your ChatGPT, either for searches that you've done or previous conversations in chat that you've done, you will then be able to go to this element to click on Search the Chats. You can also click Control K. Now, you may see suggestions here in this area, but what you can also do is you can write in what you think your search was. You will then see all of the conversations the ChatGPT has with the phrase that you are looking for. And if you know that you have a search query based on that phrase, you will then be able to find it here in this area, along with all of the chats that you may have undertaken with that search phrase. Each of these elements then are clickable. So if you click the element, you will then be taken to that specific conversation. Now the sources don't open by default. However, you can click on the sources in order to open up the right side panel with all of your sources. So you can use the search feature inside of ChatGPT to find all of your information depending on how you generated it. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, another way to find previous searches is to use your browser-based history. One of the things you will notice about your ChatGPT search is that it does generate a unique page. It means then that if you go to your history and you type in the title of the search query, you will be able to find it inside of your browser history. You will also see the OpenAI icon indicating that this is a ChatGPT search. And depending on which browser you have available, you can go to your favorite web store and you can look for ChatGPT Search browser extension. And by adding the extension, you will then be able to use ChatGPT as your default search engine. And by turning the extension on, you will be changing the default search engine to ChatGPT. That means then when you go to your address bar and you're typing in search, you will then be basically entering a search query into ChatGPT. You can type your query in, and when you type in the address bar, your address bar will send you to ChatGPT search. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. There is a difference between ChatGPT search and a regular query in ChatGPT. We can take the exact query, we can copy it, and what we can do is we can then open up a new query and then turn off search. So in this case, we're going to start a new chat. We're going to make sure search is turned off, and we're going to write in our query for ChatGPT. You will typically notice different results. You will also notice that you still have sources. So if you have ChatGPT search available, ChatGPT will still use ChatGPT search to assist you in the process of bringing you results without hallucination. So you will want to note the difference between the two searches, and you'll want to determine which one will be more useful for you. In one search, ChatGPT search is used explicitly, meaning that it's used as a search engine with chatbot capabilities. The other way to use ChatGPT search is to use ChatGPT as a chatbot, which is empowered by ChatGPT search. Another main difference between this kind of query in ChatGPT and the search query is that we do have the file upload element available to us here for this particular conversation. So if you have document-based information that you want to upload to interact inside of this conversation, you can do that with a chatbot query, whereas you cannot do it with a search query. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. The file upload area here in ChatGPT now has available to it what is called vision. That means that if we upload an image or diagram here in ChatGPT, ChatGPT can use its AI to determine the content and the significance of what you have uploaded. For example, we have uploaded 3 images. We are now going to ask ChatGPT first to describe the image and then to describe their significance. So as you can see, ChatGPT will be able to determine what is happening in your image, as well as to answer your query about the entire image. We can also upload an MP4 video. We can ask the same question. Now, once we've uploaded the image, we can turn on search, and we can then ask more specific questions. Now, in this particular case, ChatGPT did not get the platform correct, but it did make a guess that is close. We can toggle the search back off. We can attach more files. We can upload more images. We can then toggle on search, and we can ask more up-to-date and specific questions. So you can upload images. You can then toggle on search to get up-to-date information about the images that you have uploaded. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. ChatGPT can also see, using vision, videos. We can click on this new chat. And what we're going to do here with this file attachment is we're going to upload an MP4 video. Now, depending on when you see this video, it's a good idea to determine what capabilities ChatGPT has with the video and what you can ask it to do. This is going to change over time. So the capabilities that you see in this video may differ from those that you have available to you. So we're going to give ChatGPT a structured prompt, and we're going to ask ChatGPT what we can do with this MP4 video. So once you have your list, it's a good idea to begin practicing what you can do with the MP4 video by going through each of these elements. For example, we're going to take one prompt, and we're going to copy it, and we're going to add this prompt to ChatGPT, and we're then going to click enter. And ChatGPT will begin the analysis of your file to do the work. And so we will then iterate with the chatbot with its initial response, and ChatGPT has provided what we have asked. You can then click on this element. And just as we have requested, we have a snapshot from a key point inside of the video. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. You can test different output formats with ChatGPT. Assuming that we go to this list, one of the things that we could do if we wanted to output this content is we could go to the conversation with this list. We could hover here at the bottom of the conversation, and we can copy it. We can then place this information inside of our word processing document. What we could also do is we can ask ChatGPT to output the information inside of a specific element. So we're going to ask ChatGPT to take that list. We're going to ask it to output the list in Microsoft Word. We're going to ask it to be fully formatted for a professional audience. We're then going to click Enter. ChatGPT will evaluate whether it can do what it is that you are asking it to do, and you will see that ChatGPT will attempt to do what you have asked. We can then click on the element. We probably could be more specific in what we ask ChatGPT to output. As you can see, ChatGPT will attempt to output the information in the format that you have asked. So we're now going to ask for another list, and we're going to ask for the same treatment that we received with the lesser form of the information. And ChatGPT will now attempt to do what we have asked it to do. And you now have your list output into a format that you want. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, based on the last video, we were able to output information from ChatGPT into Microsoft Word. We went back to ChatGPT and we requested that ChatGPT format the information into a Google Doc. However, ChatGPT stated that it was unable to do this as of the recording of this video. However, we did notice that ChatGPT did provide download files of all of the snapshots that it extracted from the video that we originally uploaded. So we made a non-structured request of ChatGPT. In our non-structured request of ChatGPT, we asked ChatGPT to take each snapshot, place it inside of a PowerPoint to make that snapshot the slide, and then to produce one document. And ChatGPT was able to produce the document that we requested. So we can output various forms with the information that ChatGPT gives us. We can even start with a source document and extract information to place inside of the formatting that we create. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Now, depending on when you're seeing this video, there is a new model with ChatGPT that is currently in beta format. In order to see that model, what we're going to do is we're going to start a new chat. We're then going to go to the model selection area. We're going to select the drop-down menu. You're going to see that after the recording of this video, ChatGPT 4.0 with Canvas is in beta mode. We're going to turn on ChatGPT 4.0 with Canvas. What you'll notice is that ChatGPT 4.0 with Canvas does not have search available in order to use with the platform. Canvas is for generation and creation purposes. To demonstrate this, what we're going to do is we're going to ask ChatGPT for specific output. We are going to semi-structure a prompt, and we're going to ask ChatGPT to create content as we would with any other model. We'll now click Enter. What you're going to see is that ChatGPT is going to open up a document here. You will also see that on the left side menu, there is a panel being opened for you to follow the actions of ChatGPT. So once you open up with Canvas, your interaction with ChatGPT will happen in the left side panel. You can write information here. What you can also do inside of the document is that you can highlight some of the other information. And what you'll notice here is that we have formatting elements. We also have an element that allows us to ask ChatGPT a question. For example, when we highlight this word, we can click on this element that says Ask ChatGPT, and we can either edit the word or explain the word. We can then click enter. Basically, what you'll see here on the left side is you'll see an explanation of the information that ChatGPT has been able to generate. You can choose to close the panel and ChatGPT will become its regular window. You can choose to open the panel again and ChatGPT will open up the left side panel where you can interact with ChatGPT. If you click on top of the element, you will then have your document available. Now on the right side, there are more elements available to us here in this area, and we will look at them in the next video. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in the next video. Welcome back. Inside of Canvas, we do have elements on the right side, and we can open up this panel. And when we hover over the right side panel, you're going to see, as of the recording of this video, 5 icons with 5 different functions. One of the first functions that you can see is that ChatGPT will suggest edits to the document that we have put together. We can click on this icon, and we can then allow ChatGPT to suggest edits. To get ChatGPT to undertake this, we can click on the arrow, and ChatGPT will start the edit suggestion process. And ChatGPT will begin working on our document. On the left side, ChatGPT will tell you what it actually added to our document. What you'll notice, you'll see the addition. You'll also see why ChatGPT made the addition that it did. You can choose to apply it or you can delete it. You can move on to the next comment. You can look at the comment. You can look at the highlight. You can decide whether or not you want to keep it or whether you want to apply it. And you can do this with each of the elements. For the sake of this video, we're going to apply the elements. We're going to click on the next element and apply it. We're going to click on the next element and apply it. We're going to click on the first element and apply it. So we've now made all of the changes suggested to us by ChatGPT in Canvas. And we should have a strengthened document. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. With our Canvas panel still open, we can hover over the right side. And the next element up, you can see that we can click on it in order to adjust the length. We can click on adjust the length. And what you're going to see is that you have a slider bar that allows you to either keep the current length, to make the document shorter by pulling the slider bar down, or to make it longer by sliding the slider bar up. We are going to choose to make the document longer. And we're going to leave the slider bar here in this area. And once we have the slider bar where we want it, what we can then do is we can click on the arrow. And then ChatGPT will begin working to make the document longer. And what you'll notice then on the left side menu is that ChatGPT will tell you how much it attempted to lengthen the document by. So in this particular case, it states that it lengthened the document by about 50%. It talked about how it lengthened the document and what was actually added to it. And again, you can work more with what ChatGPT did here on the left side menu. So you can use the lengthen or shorten command here in ChatGPT inside of Canvas to lengthen or shorten your document. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now the third element on the right side menu is we can determine what reading level we want our document to communicate. If we click on reading level, what you'll notice is that we can keep the current reading level. We can pull the slider bar down to lower the reading level. We can raise the slider bar in order to raise the reading level. In this particular case, what we're going to do is we're going to bring the slider bar back to the middle. We're going to raise it slightly to the high school level, and we're then going to click enter. And then ChatGPT will then begin the process of changing the reading level of our document. What you'll notice is that there are 2 places for you to input. You'll notice that we can write something here, and basically we're writing in more information to the document. We can also come over to the right side menu and we can add in more instructions. And so we can add to our document even without the tools. We can then click enter, and then we can ask ChatGPT to undertake our process here inside of Canvas. And ChatGPT will undertake the editing process. So you can use the tools on the right side menu to change the reading level. You can also use your left side menu in the sidebar in order to make additions to the document in your Canvas panel. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. In the right side Canvas menu, you're going to see two additional icons, both representative of elements that you can add to your document. The first is primarily professional. You can click on this element that says Add Final Polish. We're going to click on this element. Once you click on the element, in order to activate Final Polish, you'll need to click the arrow button, and that'll add Final Polish to your document. And so ChatGPT will begin polishing your document. And you will see the editing taking place in real time. You can either take your output at this point, and you can copy it and place it inside of your word processing document. What you can also do is you can click on this element and you can show any changes that have been made. So if we click this element, you can then see the changes that were made and all of the edits that have been added to your document. If we click on this element, you will then hide the changes that have been made. If you want to go backwards in time, you can click on this element to go to the previous version of the document. One final element you will see here in this area, you will see that you can add in emojis. We can click Add Emojis. In order to add emojis, we can then click on this element. And what you'll see is that ChatGPT will begin to add emojis to your document. And you will see the editing taking place in real time. In general, ChatGPT will summarize the work that it did. You can also click on any of these specific elements and you can delete them if you want to delete them from your document. You can also notate the changes that have been made. You can unselect the Show Changes button, and you can also go backwards in time, and you can go to the previous version of the document. If you want to restore that version, you can click on this element that says Restore this version, and your document is restored to the previous version. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now that we have our final document, it's a good idea that we output the document so we can run it through search. So what we're going to do here is we're going to output the document to Microsoft Word. And we're then going to click Enter. And we're going to allow ChatGPT to now output the document. Now that we have our document, we're now going to upload this document to a window that has search. So we're going to save the document to our hard drive. We're going to open a new chat. We're going to use a different model. We're going to upload our document. We're going to ask ChatGPT to make changes, re-output the document into a new document, and let us know what changes were made. We are then going to ask ChatGPT to make sure the document does not hallucinate, to go over the document and make changes, to list out each change that was made, and then to re-output the new document corrected with changes, and we're going to specify that we want it in Microsoft Word. And we're then going to click Enter. So what we're asking ChatGPT to do is to basically to provide us an update of the document based on information in search so that our document is not a hallucinated document with out-of-date information or made-up information. And ChatGPT has produced a new document. And we now have an updated document. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. If you go to your favorite search engine and you type in that what you want is to download the ChatGPT desktop app, you will have a link available to you. As of the recording of this video, the link will take you to both the mobile application and the desktop area. You'll notice that there is a download version for the Mac and that you can test an early version of the Windows application. You are looking at the Windows Store. And again, if you have a Mac, you'll need to go to the link for the Mac application. If the app is compatible with your system, you will be able to download the application and to install it to your hard drive and your system. Once you have the desktop app open, you'll notice that it's very similar and almost identical to the online application. You'll notice that you can upload files. You'll notice that you can use search. You'll notice that your account is available, and you'll be able to select your models here in this area. So you can have access to the desktop application for ChatGPT by downloading and installing to your system. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, one of the things you'll notice is that the desktop application has an element that the web application does not have. That element is, as of the recording of this video, voice mode. We can use voice mode to interact with ChatGPT in real time. In order to use voice mode, all we'll need to do is to click this element. We will need to make sure that we allow our mic and or headset to be connected to ChatGPT. And if that is done, we can then click this element that says use voice mode, and we will click use voice mode. ChatGPT. Which application is the most efficient way to create whiteboard animation videos?
For,
Pictory.ai or Camtasia Studio with Storyblocks Video?
for whiteboard animation, Pictory. Pictory.ai would be more efficient. It offers a range of templates and an easy-to-use interface specifically designed for creating animated videos. On the other hand, Camtasia Studio with Storyblocks is more of a general video editing tool with stock footage and animations, which would require more effort to create a whiteboard animation from scratch. If you're focusing on whiteboard animation, Pictory.ai would be the better choice.
Is that because Pictory.ai matches the audio to the script, or is it because of the work in the video?
It's primarily because Pictory.ai is designed to streamline the creation of animated videos, including whiteboard animations. It can automatically match your audio to the script and generate visuals accordingly, saving you time and effort. While Camtasia Studio with Storyblocks offers flexibility, it requires more manual work to create the animations, as it's not specifically tailored for whiteboard-style videos.
What if I were to try to use the guide GUIDDE application? Would that be an efficient way to use to create whiteboard videos?
Using Guide could be an efficient way to create whiteboard videos, especially if you want to create step-by-step tutorial-style content. Guide is designed for creating instructional videos with on-screen recordings and annotations. While it doesn't specialize in whiteboard animations per se, you can use its features to create a similar effect by recording your screen as you draw or move elements around, combined with voice narration. This approach can work well if you prefer a more hands-on, customized style of whiteboard video.
So as you can see, you can interact with ChatGPT in real time using voice mode from your desktop computer. Now this feature does exist in the mobile application, but using the desktop application, it is now available. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.